a lot, but that's a different mood. All right, that's a totally different mood. Blessings to everyone. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. We thank Him for this opportunity of life another day, and we embrace it with the strength and the understanding that is necessary for us to stand for what is right and also stand against what is wrong as well. And we apply that understanding to our everyday life, right? We are wise enough to understand how to apply that concept, and we know that we want to be on the side of what is right and truthful, as Bob and so many others have espoused and put forward to us in their music and in their teachings as well. All right, this Wednesday midweek game today, West Indies playing today. So I actually I didn't pay proper attention. I thought the game was maybe yesterday, but it's actually today. I didn't check the time, but I'll have a look at the time after and see, hoping that we could press forward with the strength to claw one back and at least tie up the series against New Zealand. That would be steps in the right direction. That would be an outcome that would please the entire Caribbean. So I hope that hope and others. These days, hope seems to be our only hope. I don't know if his mother or father knew what he would represent and knew what he would be able to achieve for the Caribbean. But he certainly, I hope. I was even seeing his statistics, seeing somebody put his statistics alongside the great Brian Lara, and he is doing quite well. He's doing comparatively well. You know, once he could be compared in some way to Brian Charles Lara, right, our very own Prince of Port of Spain, then you are doing exceedingly well. And not to just put stress on him alone, but there's some others notable within the team who have the ability, the potential, and I hope that they can realize the full potential of what they have by asserting themselves, right? Like we were talking about some days ago, they have a psychologist with the team now to build mental strength, and that hopefully will also bear some fruit for the team. The big one tomorrow for Trinidad and Tobago is our clash against Jamaica. I heard some people saying reggae versus soca, and soca must prevail. I would not put forward that parallel, because I don't know if soca could overcome reggae. And I'm gonna stay away from that. Let me stay away from that. But certainly we have the ability to beat Jamaica. They have distinguished themselves in the Caribbean, and I feel as though our football has regressed from where we were in the past, but that's sometimes the cycle that takes place, and we have to work tremendously hard tomorrow. And I know people will be going out at 8 p.m. to give that support. So that's in sporting arena, the lighter side of life, right? Always easier to deal with the lighter side of stuff. And of course, there's the other side of issues, our political space, our economic space, our cultural space as well. Pan, right? Go out and give that support. My brother Aquil is having something this weekend in San Fernando. I think 15 hours of culture, if I'm not mistaken, is the name. There's so much on offer. So much we have to offer ourselves and even offer the world as well. So let's take advantage of the excellence in culture that we present, the immense talent that we have on our shows. I see in a Fed band at Brian Lara Cricket Academy. And that's an interesting one because Brian Lara Cricket Academy has been the home for quite a number of fets. The venue itself, car park, has become almost synonymous with South Fets, and even some big events have been staged in the South Side in that facility because of the capacity, connectivity, parking around, and I'm sure promoters and even Fet goers would be disappointed that they no longer have use of that facility. But I'm sure it is with reason. And UDCOT has said that the decision takes immediate effect, and the purpose of the academy is for cricket. Obviously, it was not purpose built for FETs, and the cost of maintaining the facility, etc., is substantial. When we have these activities and so on, it causes damage to the premises, and that is not is not in keeping with good practice. It is for cricket, and we will use it for cricket only, so there are to be no fets at the stadium. So that's an interesting one. Said maintaining the facility costs as much as 15 million a year, while the revenue generated from fets is negligible in comparison. And they would have those figures as well. So I am not aware of what they rent the facility, predominantly the car park, etc. for, but the management of UECOT is obviously pointing out that is not, it doesn't make dollars and cents, and if it's not making sense, well, most times people won't continue. But yeah, this would be an interesting development. A number of big events will be looking for alternative accommodation now, if that's the case. But again, some decisions are made and then there is consultation and consideration, and sometimes positions are changed as well. I think that the culture of events and patronizing carnival and other big events all through the year are close at heart to many people, and I'm sure people will be expressing their views on the matter. So it's interesting also in the news, the the St. Vincent Prime Minister and the statements and commentary around some HGC apartments that his family would have purchased. And even in the story itself, we are we've seen how interconnected we are as islands as well as a Caribbean, because his wife is a Trinidadian, his children are Trinbagonian, right? They still, I don't know if they change it yet when you write Trinbagonian, but I prefer Trinbagonian, right? And he's the Prime Minister of St. Vincent. You know, just the interconnection. So many people hold dual citizenship as well. But the issue at hand is their ability to secure HEC homes. On one side of the argument, there's obviously that there's preferential treatment, or was preferential treatment meted out to him by the last administration. And on the other side of the argument, they're saying that that particular housing development, Victoria Keys, was put on the market. I don't think it's at market rates. I think all HGC developments are subsidized, even those that are high income, which really was not the purpose. And even that is a whole discussion, because there were complaints, and I would certainly complain that the government should not be undertaking developments for the higher end of the spectrum, and they certainly shouldn't be subsidizing high-end housing, right? If people have the money to buy substantially expensive housing, or upper middle income homes, then they should do that. They should not. We should not engage in building those types of accommodation, far more subsidizing them, right? The state, the government absorbs some of the cost of these houses to present them for purchase, rental, own, whatever, mortgage facility, etc. The cost of the housing that comes out of the AGC, the Housing Development Corporation, is not priced at what it actually costs to build. So we as a country, if we have a mandate that we are trying to assist in providing housing for people who find it difficult because of the high cost on the open market in general, because of the high cost generally, if that is what we're doing, then we should not be building high-end housing. Of course, certain administrations have built houses for themselves and their friends, right? And they have given preferential access to these units. Victoria Keys is somewhat special. It is a substantial it is a substantial investment in terms of the cost of apartments there. And I think at one period in time they were trying to get people to purchase, right, those apartments. That's how expensive they were. So I don't want to go into it too much, but on the outset of it, just looking in from a cursory view, people would question how the Prime Minister of St. Vincent's family, although they are Trinbagonians, would have had access to purchase those three apartments, right? Of course, he has counted as well. They are paying for them rental for one or whatever else. We could look at the details as well. And we need to look to see if there were other people who wanted access to those apartments as well. If there was high desire, if there was high subscription for them, and despite that high subscription they were afforded the opportunity for 3 ahead of others, then that raises some serious questions. But it's in the public space for us to take a look at. We definitely have come through a challenging period of governance. There are some challenges that still exist. We are very cautious and mindful as we still unwrap many of the ills of the past administration, but we are still mindful to pay attention to what is taking place now, because we don't want repeats, right? We don't want a continuation at all. And we have seen a divergence away from what existed in certain ways, and we are happy for that. So the story is there, an interesting one. Mr. Gonzalez's election on the 27th, I think, of this month. I don't know how that will impact on him, but the Caribbean in general this year has had quite a few electoral processes, and we have paid attention and looked at a number of them, and we'll probably look at St. Vincent as well. So we take the break and we will be right back.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God."
Playway Parang Payday is the order to win more money for your dollar.
The Playway Parang Payday Draw is the way to win more money for Christmas. If a white ball calls, it's removed from the machine, and when the Parang ball calls, you win 28 to 1 on the base, plus bigger mega mix payouts. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Bigger payouts with Playway.
Hey Richard, you know I have been saving every month so that I could set up a fund for the grandkids. But I would really like a place where the money is actually making dollars and cents to me.
Boy, TBLA has a proven track record of high returns. I actually trust them with my family's future. My father saved there, and now I save in there. My future is secure. Invest where you and your family's money would be safe.
I want quality and security.
Visit TBLA and find out which investment is right for you. For more info, visit tblamortgages.com. TBLA, a secure home to invest.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Everybody dreaming of that next winning step. From running a food truck, serving meals on the go, to a whole food chain where your brand start to grow. From staycation, long weekend, same beach, same view, to global destination, first class, brand new. A personal trainer, counting reps on the floor, to be at Jimona, your name on the door. From giving a little heart in the right spot, to donating hundreds to help a whole lot. When you play Lotto Plus, your dreams expanding. Take it to the next level when you start playing. Remember, winners always play Lotto Plus.
Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Merry Christmas.
Starting November 1st, we kick off the Parang and Christmas season right here. Ready to hear your song? Email us your request at street919music@gmail.com with your contact number, and you will get to shout out your music on the air.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. So, alright, this is a new one for me, right? Reading some scripts. I don't know if I get better or what, but I'll read them right after I listen to KFC. Good morning,
Blessed
brother.
morning, Fuad.
Yeah, man, what happening?
Give thanks to life. You know, tomorrow, the Socarers and Jamaican boys and them, we have a big game tomorrow, do or die.
Yeah, big game,
so,
boy.
I'm want people to go to support. But I beg the government media like TTT and them, plus and them, like the deaf, the blind, the sick, everybody who can make it, they can bring that game live so some can see it at home. But that's an important game.
Right, I don't know if it's showing, but for those who can't go, I know
I've seen plenty games and things going on, and they don't bring it on the TV again.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know the place hard and some people want the money to really go down there and show the support. But who fit and strong only go out and support in all the numbers.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Back at home here now for one.
What's that?
Rav Gonza, right?
Yeah.
And his family get house under the PNN. I tell people waiting for us kind of 40 something years, 30 something years. Citizens and can't get house. You know Bataria? Bataria, that's St. Vincent born. He come here since God was a little boy to be a PNN man till the dead. You know, he never got a house, he still renting in Bataria, you know. So, it's a friendly thing or a better friend thing?
I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Good morning, Bartari, and good morning to everybody.
Yeah, because for the last 9 years, I hear Rav Gonzalez defending the PNM with the nonsense. He come out and talking and saying the wrong with the PNM are doing. He bashing your never Prime Minister now and saying she not a statesmanship and all kind of thing. I must say good morning for me, so Zarita Ganga. Because I use no better my skills and she hear me cry. I'm probably over my head. So I go there and fight.
Yeah, man.
So all the PNM people and them who supporting PNM for donkey years, they don't get no house. What you get in all the house? Friends and families who not living here. Bless.
Blessings, KFC. Good morning, brother.
Salaam alaikum, Baka.
Wa alaikum salam.
Peace. Let's be upon your listeners and them too, forward.
Yeah, man.
You play a serious song this morning, forward, coming into this season here to educate we.
Yeah.
Who are the brain will know it. Because the guy say ism, schism, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? They tell me a man born on the 25th, you know. And they tell me that this God they have, they impose upon us on the plantation, that he born. Criterion of God cannot born. But they tell you that God born. Criterion of God that cannot die. Tell we die for our sins. And the ism, schism. The preacher man once tell me that great God forward. When the white man went into Africa, they had the Bible in their hand. After 2-3 decades, the white man had the Bible in their hand, and the African owned the land. After 2-3 decades, the African had the Bible in their hand, and the white man had the land.
Yeah.
Ism, schism. Forward.
Yeah. Plenty ism, schism.
Yeah. Plenty forward is a whole heap of intricate web, you know, Babylon Reeve and us, you know. When you come out, I want to capture anyone, you know. You see what I do, Kingsley? Brainwash, you see what we do, brother? You can, you can, but it's a serious thing forward.
Yeah, it's a serious thing.
And we teaching we children, and the most serious thing is this here. Because election will come and go. We will die and go. But when we pray to the wrong God and bend down to the wrong God and hum the wrong name for who do our go on, it's hell. Because he say he's jealous. If they teach you on the plantation, this blue eye, this Jesus, he never named Jesus. African they no name me children with Jesus. Forward. Abraham Torre say, Allah protect Niger, Allah protect Mali, and Allah protect Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Vladimir Putin kissed the Quran the other day. It's mean a serious thing forward. This Christmas forward that we must go and spend me money and celebrate. If the Creator will be pleased with me with that forward, will pleased with me with that?
Yeah.
No, brother. And thank you for playing that song forward. I want to go further because, you know, you might step on certain toe with these things and I'm not boy, but the truth had been told.
Yeah.
I say that in this song, the truth have to be told forward.
Yeah.
Salam alaikum, forward. May
Walaikum
peace
salam.
and blessing be upon your listeners and them this morning. Now we see the rights. We cannot continue to teach with children and them.
Yeah.
Forward, bless my brother, boy.
Bless.
Yes, I educate and you are real knowledge and I appreciate that. We have a son of the soil like you, brother.
Blessings, brother. Take it easy.
Yeah, bless you.
Yeah. Yeah, the truth may offend, but is not a sin. And it is essential for us to find the truth for ourselves and also to impart it upon our loved ones. I try my best as well, and we do so with a level of tact and love and respect as well for our fellow man. So don't feel no way. Don't feel no way if we put forward something that shatters your ideology or your ideas held before. The best thing that we can do if we don't know is to learn, and to embrace when the truth comes to us. And you don't have to take anything from anybody else wholesale, right? You listen and then you try to figure it out on your own. And in that process, we talk about the process to try to check things out as well, right? To figure things out on your own as well. May God bless everybody with that spirit of discernment, that thirst, right? That eagerness, that desire for truth. It is a season that they have established in the West, and all the commercialization that takes place, and all of the materialism that is attributed to it, and the economic activity, etc., that they thrive off of as well, right? And we must understand, and we must choose, and we must also be sensible and careful in our actions. It's Christmas season, right? The season to share the crunch and spread the joy, KFC style. This Christmas, make your table a festive one with KFC. Get the festive box 3-piece of spicy or extra crispy tenders and regular wedges for just $39.95. Or go big with the festive bucket. 8 pieces of golden chicken, 2 regular sides, and 2 regular wedges for only $1.59. Whether it's a family feast or an after shopping treat, KFC got the taste of Christmas wrapped up for you. So come home to flavor, come home to KFC. It's finger licking good. Again, better at this, they give me scripts to read, right? And we enjoy what is available to us in terms of our cuisine. Even our fast food is somewhat different to other places. People always say Trinidad KFC better than KFC everywhere else. People literally take fried chicken from Trinidad to the United States, to Europe on their trips for loved ones who want the Trinidadian flavor. Maybe it's our chicken, maybe it's the way that we season our meat. Maybe it's just a Trini hand have so much love in it. But we can enjoy life, and we can enjoy things with the right moderation and with intelligence, right? You don't have to overdo. You don't have to overspend. You don't have to spend that which you don't have, right? But you can treat yourself. You can treat yourself according to your means as well. And I almost think being a Trini, part of being a Trini is eating a little fast food or something once in a while. I have to be careful with my promotion as well. So check out the deals. There are some deals that we can take advantage of as well. There are days that you can get more for less. right? And why not avail yourself of the opportunity if you are going to patronize KFC, for example, right? So this HGC issue being raised, and there's also one that stands out to me in terms of mismanagement of the purpose of what the Housing Development Corporation is supposed to be. And apart from the nepotism that takes place, and this friend's family who you want to preferential access, apart from that, tied up in that issue is the purpose of the developments that are built. And there is this development taking place right off the Eastern Main Road, in the CGA site, so on your left hand side, that is bounding with Picton and environs, right, John, that hill and that community. And I saw the cost of the build and the amount of the number of apartments that are going to be constructed, and the value per unit really is questionable. If you're building at a cost over $1 million per apartment, is that really low cost housing? And then because of location as well, you are not going to attract purchasers at that price bracket. It is defeating the purpose of HGC to embark upon developments that are expensive, that are outside of the range of what people who can afford. And it drives the subsidy on these apartments to a high ratio. It drives it to almost dollar for dollar, or dollar to $2, if you all understand what I'm saying. And that, if it costs $1 million to build, and then you have to sell it all you could get for it, or to reach who you are trying to assist with this type of housing based on their budgetary abilities, if all that you can get from them realistically is $500,000, half the cost of building it, and still that cost is high, is a stretch, then it's not really fitting the purpose. You need to rethink and reevaluate the template, what you are producing, and also maybe the contractors as well. Or is it that you're giving, and you have given contracts to people that are beyond that which it should really be? So we have some issues, and the housing the housing authority, NHA before, HGC thereafter, has always had quite a bit of concern around it because of how immense that responsibility of assisting to provide housing is, but also because of scandals in the past, projects failed, overpriced projects, all sorts of other things as well, inefficiency in the delivery of those units, the quality of workmanship. A number of concerns have always arose from that particular ministry and that particular area, and I hope that it can be improved upon substantially in this tenure. And of course, we will be paying attention, we'll be looking at those developments as well. So y'all could have a look at it. And not going into the international politics of the regional conflicts, etc. It has been a topic continual, not just on my program. I sometimes browse other people's programs as well, but a lot of talk around it. But the largest U.S. carrier arrives in the Caribbean, and that's in the news, so just reading it. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, brother Fuad, how you going?
Hi there, man. Not too bad.
Alright, cool. Well, blessings to you and all your listeners and, the good persons of the citizens of the country. Thanks for the time. I won't be too lengthy. As I always give the compliments, right? This morning program with you on it, from the start initially, it was a dose of, clarity that was needed in society, wisdom, a moment to, stop and think, how are we operating as persons? Are we doing the right thing? Are we making sense? Are we observing what we putting out into society and the country? That is what I gather from listening to the words you would communicate on this platform. And I'll be genuine sincere about that. But when I pay attention to the media outlets now for quite some time, all the different media outlets, the Prime Minister would have used a term about fear mongering when it's connected to the Venezuela issue. I think different media outlets engaging in stress mongering, because all you really see and get from them is like just stress, and things don't operate individually all the time, so if you in reality in the communities you living in, you dealing with issues in your community, people who feel as though they don't need to respect other people, they could conduct themselves however they want, and you just had to take it. If you reach out to the authorities in your community and you don't get that support, you're dealing with issues in terms of getting employment, right? And then when you pay attention to media outlets, it's like, so it's like a multifaceted stress approach. And that's just not right, because even last night into this morning, I was doing some personal thinking, like, the certain points I think, I don't know which government we talk about, this political party, that political party, which political party would create Trinidad and Tobago itself, like the island we living on? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know which businessman, businesswoman would create the country or the national resources that make up Trinidad and Tobago. So with that first point, what gives one person the right to think they could dictate the livelihood of another person?
Right.
So I don't want to take up too much of your time. That might step into religion and thing, and it has so much different religions. But I think what consistent is just, just respecting other people.
Yeah.
So thanks for the opportunity. I'll leave it there. But keep up the good work. But those people in position of quote unquote authority and leadership, if you not doing the job that you claim, that you express, that you sign up to do, and then added to that, you're neglecting your duty. You might even be influencing misbehavior, misconduct from other persons, business persons, whatnot. That cannot go unaccounted for, because the lives of citizens are being negatively affected on a daily basis. So
yeah,
thanks for the time. And keep up the good work you're doing. And like I say, I will try to continue to be on the straight and narrow path of life, but what's going on is not right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man. Yeah, thank you very much. And other people, which will, I'm sure, would consider at some point in their lives this social contract, this subscription to government and a hierarchical system of management of our society, and wonder sometimes how we get ourselves in this mess, or think to themselves as well. But I do agree with this whole system, and certainly given the outcomes, don't really like what is taking place. It is from a philosophical standpoint, and I know young people in their thinking and contemplation on life and all that is taking place would at some point consider that. And some people check out. Some people check out of the system as much as possible. Unfortunately, living in this space, you are subjected. Don't matter if you agree or don't agree to certain things. You know, it's interesting from a philosophical standpoint. And as I say, philosophical standpoint, I saw Prezi calling, our in-house philosopher, but he hung up before I could answer. He'll call back. You know, so right on cue. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Imam Fuad Abubakar. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, God. Omni-existence, O God, truth. That is God's name in reality, in nature. And we must not forget that. The fact of your program this morning, you start with, get up, stand up for your rights. Yeah, I ain't gonna sing the whole song.
You ain't song too bad there, no, Prezi?
I know.
Yeah, you ain't song too bad there. You ain't hit me you have some high notes sometimes. You ain't hit me the high note.
I have a little Caisonian thing inside of me a long time ago. I ain't get rusty now, so I get a little but anyway, the day looking nice and things watching some miss out there. But alright, we don't know we get in and some, so that we don't go digging down inside of it too much.
Miss
and,
Sahara dust, Prezi. No, Miss Sahara dust.
Well, the position that you're all right, I believe so too, with that coming over the mountain a kind of way, because you're not in a mountain area.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me go back to your program because before I take too much time and somebody tell me, Prezi, you're talking too long.
And we have a little break. We have a break coming up in 2 minutes again, so go ahead. Go ahead. Shoot quick.
Yeah. We talking about St. Vincent more or less this morning. And my mother had been sent, my brother had Grenadier, and they called me a Kayakuni, and I don't know what it's about. But I end up down here, and I'm going in the hospital, so I sure, the Port of Spain one. So I sure actually, right? Now, Granny, a little house and thing down here. I mean, them is the people and them Grenadier and Beja and all them who make up Trinidad and Tobago from so long ago. All right, so I part of the thing to me, I know about here. I don't know if it's the PNM Hookie House or if it's the UNCD House, but if the conversation coming up right now, I feel it's the UNCD House. What's the problem? Anyway, it has more problem than that because if the ordinary Trinidad can't get a house in the right time, and pay a bill for 90 so much for one house. And a big administrator, we call him administrator, just like who we are down here, politician, come in and get house. Then it had too much a partisan thing in Trinidad and Tobago. And we should be looking at things in a more political way. My last brother who talked there just now about the hierarchies and them, all them hierarchies, and then we want to do where they want. But we didn't put them up there to do that. We put them up there to maintain a representative system and consult with us how we should run Trinidad. Not so much, but what we go give you. Because we just what we go give you kind of thing. They give you too much of thing that we can't take. So they're supposed to consult on we what we would like and see how it would work on, make negotiation with we and so forth, and we would tell them, all right, and if their thoughts better, okay. If we thought better, okay. So that is how we have to do the thing. But instead of whatever they call it, bullish attitude of governance, of representative in the society, is where we supposed to stand for and make sure we stand that it don't happen.
Yeah.
Stand up for your rights.
So-
Get up, stand up, and don't give up the right.
So-
You know what I mean?
Short and sweet. I have to put on the ad there now. Blessings.
Yeah, well, I'll try maybe I spend me 2 minutes.
No, man. Blessings. Nice.
Oh, and don't forget that delicious honey mustard sauce. It's really lashing. Okay, Rudolph, let's get that delicious local Trini flavor. Royal Castle, here we come. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
Sample she meet. I see neighbor before I eat. Season it and make it sweet. So what does she? Season it and make it sweet. Season it. Season your meat. Season it and make it sweet. Season your meat. Put out the Benny. Get a little time. Go by the other neighbor and get a few lime. I tell she. Season it and make it sweet. Season it. Season your meat. Season it. Season your meat. Hey, and how that meat looking rough so, like frog back. The woman go say that she's a crap shot. When come to cooking a good wild meat pot. And if I like spicy, she'll make it hot. And when I taste it, well, I wouldn't stop. But I tell she, season it and make it sweet. Season it. Season your meat. Season it and make it sweet. Season your meat, season it, season it, season it, season your meat. She say she have goatee and she have lap, and if I taste she wild hog, well I must come back and tell she season it and make it sweet. Season it, season your meat. Season it and make it sweet. Season your meat. And who is that? The alligator. You only the tail, they just coconut, don't cook the foot. And why? But look at the size of that hog. Why? But young out of all that fine, yeah. That go stick up in your teeth and throat. I feel how that. The neighbor both say she hand sweet. She want me to sample she meat. I see neighbor before I eat. Season it and make it sweet. So I tell she, season it and make it sweet. Season it, season your meat. Season it and make it sweet. Season your meat. She say she have goatee and she have there, but she have a special meat for the bongos there. Season it and make it sweet. Season it. Season your meat. Season it and make it sweet. Season your meat. And that goatee, Miss Lady, it look back at all. But excuse me, how that meat ugly so? Die matter pal?
Christmas is coming, and we're heading back to TNT for that famous Royal Castle chicken. We just love the Royal Castle family meal with those 12 pieces of tasty chicken, the 6 yummy sides, and that refreshing 2-liter soft drink. It's just perfect for a nice Christmas lime. So if you're hustling and bustling like me, or if you just want some great tasting food, pick up the Royal Castle family meal. Happy holidays from Royal Castle. Ho, 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 ho.
And that was the Royal Castle Song of the Day. So there is this consideration within the public space about the AGC in particular, as President put it as well. Obviously, if so many people, locals, and Mr. Gonzalez's wife and children are Trinidadians as well, but so many people who are waiting for houses, but the other consideration is what houses are they waiting on, right? They're waiting on affordable housing, and Victoria Keys in itself is not really affordable because of the nature of the build. And as I said before, that in itself is a problem. We look forward to purpose-built units for lower income to assist people. That's the whole point. Lower and middle income individuals, Trinbagonians. We should stay away from the high-end builds as well, and then we would find less of a controversy with that particular issue. But in allocation as well, we have to try to be as fair as possible. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, man, I did not too bad, and you?
I'm alive. All is well. When I do something like that, so, but this is your problem.
You're breaking up a little bit. I don't know why you're breaking up.
I apologize. This is about Ralph Gonzalez and acquisition of a house, HDC house. Yeah, we are quite wrong, sir. Those are not HDC. They were built by HDC, but they are not managed by HDC anymore. Those houses were supposed to be, if you observe, look at the houses around, same HDC buildings around, look at them. Mr. Manning, all of those buildings were supposed to be the same thing. Under the People's Partnership, because of the location of that spot, Mr. Rudal Munilal decided to turn three bedrooms into two bedrooms into one, and decided to raise, if this was for low-income house owners, and he was owning $15,000 a year, he was qualified. He decided to move it from $15,000 to $35,000 to afford his conversion from 3 bedrooms to 2 bedrooms, and from 2 bedrooms into 1 bedroom, swimming pools, and make it a gated community and all of that. Therefore, raising the value of the property. So, when this administration get into office, they looked at the cost in which it went up, because they had moved it, dropped back the ceiling where poor people could afford low-income houses, back down to the $15,000, how much it was supposed to be, and that went way out of the bracket and that was put on the open market for sale. If you want, you can walk into AGC presently now and purchase one of those. So what makes Gonzalez family different? And are they not Trinbagonians? They wasn't allocated something. Those houses wasn't given out as normal AGC houses. So I don't understand where we're going with this rubbish. Yeah. This was something done under the People's Partnership by yourself.
I just have to be careful with when you give me facts, and check.
When I give you facts,
yeah,
well, you could look it up and research it.
I have to fact check.
Well, you could, of course, you could do that.
I can't.
I don't come and talk lies here.
I can't trust you 100% sometimes.
I say I am too old to lie to my citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I can. My voice, I just go places and people hear my voice, so I don't lie. That don't benefit me nothing.
Yeah,
a man tell me, when I come to talk here, it doesn't matter whether it's PNM or who I talk the truth. Doesn't matter what side of the fence I decide to choose on that morning.
I want to fact check.
I never, and you will see for yourself, my brother.
I never heard you. I never heard you on the next side of the fence, so that is kind of...
Well, doesn't matter what side. You know why?
Skew my understanding of where you're coming from.
You know why? Because, of course it can, because here's what going on. a group of people tell me they will do better in 2010. Here what they tell me, Mr. Manning was spending too much money. Our debt to GDP was too high. And when they leave me from 43 billion, they leave me with a budget at 63 billion. In 5 years, 3 months, and 14 days, them spend 20 billion more. And done all my money in NGC, take out whatever savings I had in the central bank, and done all. Right? And then they leave. They leave me with a debt of 14% for public servants, and I have 3/4 of negative growth, which is considered a recession. What are you telling me?
Yeah.
That's a fact. Enjoy it.
You're not talking about when they just leave this 10 years after.
Well, when I leave, when this government come into office,
because it sounds like that.
Let me tell you something. The past administration was telling the population things are hard because you know what? No government in the Trinidad and Tobago's history of independence has ever been through, what else call it? Well, America did call it the Great Recession. Well, the whole world was in a Great Recession, what we call the pandemic. That alone crippled the economy around the world. 5 or 10, how much years it is now? And there are countries still can't catch themselves yet out of that pandemic. We are still, was quite fortunate. Because you know why? We are in 2023, we had almost a balanced income when it comes to our income. Because of the Ukraine war, they talk, and in Britain do nothing, but here we go. We was able to balance the deficit more or less in 2023. But up comes people's, what do you call them? Yellow is the code. And now all of a sudden you get quiet and we calm down and look at what we ain't contributing nothing to society, and it's time that this one contribute and that one contribute. And I have a man looking for regime change in Venezuela, so I sell my sovereignty to side with he with the intention that I go get oil and gas if there's a regime change in Venezuela. And all of a sudden England jump out and say, hey, you know I'm killing people down there. I stay away from Trump. Wow.
Yeah. To just because you say that you're a fair person and it don't matter which side, right?
That means I talk the facts.
Right. It would be extremely obscene, given the state that you speak about our economy, for people like Mr. Cummings and others to be raiding the treasury in the way that they did with the fact.
But I'm glad if Foster Cummings raid the treasury. I have a former attorney general with a man called Amway.
Glad if he raid the treasury?
Because they can't lock you up yet. And if they say PNM do nothing for black people, then Foster is one I'm glad for he.
All right. Okay.
If you're supporting blackness, then I should be glad for you because let's say PNM do nothing for black people. And if Foster was to get away with it, thank God, at least one gets something.
All right.
Because Munilal and them build big house. We have the former attorney general buy 2 Range Rover with different number. Come now, man.
That's an interesting theory.
The present Prime Minister built up, she couldn't finish her house. And as she get the government, she had the biggest house in the Philippines. They were so high that they started to take up the name of the contractors.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Manning there and leave a little thing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too. All right. I just wanted to get at. I just wanted to understand your perspective clearly when you're speaking about what is right and what is wrong, right? To see if you would condemn in the same tongue that you condemn other people, if you would condemn what was taking place. Go ahead, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Barker.
Good morning to you.
I want to correct something. I heard one of your callers was saying, and this Miss Digo Martin, and she this. I want to tell them, I have been calling calling radio station since in the days of Patrick Manning. I don't hide it. I let people know I am a supporter of the PNM. But when they do crap, I talk it out. I ain't no sycophant, right? I ain't KFC who feel if he talk against the government, he can go get his grant and his food card. I don't have to depend on food card. I thank Dr. Eric Williams for giving me an education, and I thank Patrick Manning for the tertiary education for me and my children. And we work. I could rock back now and live off of my pension. So I don't afraid. When you see nonsense, I talk it out. Right?
Right, nice.
So, all this you see what Mr. Barataria just said there? Mr. Barataria, I agree with you 100%. Right? Because this government, let me tell you,
you agree with which part? The last part is all I was trying to judge his moral compass, because if you're speaking about other people who you want to accuse of wrongdoing in terms of raiding the treasury, etc., when blatant evidence comes forth that in times that they have spoken about difficulty for all of us and tightening our belt, etc., they themselves and their family members and associates were thriving economically or for the state. I mean, you have to be able to condemn that if you have a moral compass at all.
Let me tell you.
Otherwise, then what you're really saying to us? What you're really telling us?
Something. I agree with what Barataria said. All. You know why? This government come in, and they come in like a bulldozer. Let me tell you. You see, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, it was a blessing when he became Prime Minister, because the rate the UNC was going, our treasury would have disappear. Who buy house in St. Lucia, who build townhouses, so there was no different. They're accusing the PNM.
Well, this is what I'm trying to understand. If you're going to say that these people were doing something and then you come and you do it wholesale, then what is your argument to me this morning?
Mr. Bakker.
What is your, and if you can't speak about what existed then, because I have spoken clearly about what took place before any incident that we may have seen at that point in time. If you can't come now to say, yes, okay, I admit this in harsh times where the population was asked, and for the population, there's a main factor for us, in a time where you are telling us to hold strain, no macaroni pie, no movies, no Hamford thing, no this, tighten your belt, gas price raise, gas this, whatever. In that time, you and your cronies all around you are plundering the money that it have for yourselves and enriching yourself. Not a little, you know. Not a little. So how could we? That is our problem. But when money was flowing under people's partnership, everyone felt some ease. It was not that they saying to us, tighten your belt, pressure, nothing for no macaroni pie. It was that equally in what existed in Trinidad and Tobago in terms of wealth, people were afforded the ability to share in that, and that's tremendously different. So you must be fair. That's all I'm saying. You cannot look at what Foster and others were doing and not condemn it. It is not right. And then come to tell me about what whoever was doing before that. We vote them out for that.
And Mr. Bakker, they were voted out. And this government come in. And what they do? The first thing, I just ask myself, I tell people every day, could you imagine Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley got the support of the ground, because they say, as Bungie say, the ground just carry it. They all sang yellow is the code. And Dr. Rowley get in office and send home 40,000 workers? You think Dr. Rowley could have survived that?
Dr. Rowley come into office and it was austerity. It was austerity after austerity, while enriching yourself and those around you, and also saying to us, just the normal things that we would have enjoyed, the normal subsidies, that we cannot have it. So that's the problem, and that is why overwhelmingly people have rejected them, and this will be the cycle until the right thing is done. But the problem is when we would not admit that wrong took place.
Mr. Bakker, let me tell you, you know what happened to these people now? They end up like, you know the story, the dog and the bone? They end up, they had a bone in their hand. They had their job and they let it go for the bone they thought they saw in the water. And what happened? 40,000 plus people on the breadline. How could a government do that? As you come in office, you even say, well, maybe 6 months and the thing. Within, they come in office on the 28th, and by June, they start to send home people and fooling the people and telling them, I hear Jolinton saying, it has 20,000 jobs available. And the people on the TV, we won't work. We want this. I see the man on the beat with the accident asking if the government could give them a job to clean the drain. So all you come in office and all you criticize the PNM, you know, but all you come in office and all you send home mothers, single mothers, or you send home people who couldn't even buy books this September gone. How could that be right? But they sang, when UNC win, everybody wins. And look what happened. Mr. Bakker, it's sad. I living in the West, and I despise this government. The part, and I'm blaming the PNM.
Go ahead and finish your point. Go ahead and finish your point.
They had Victoria Keys. They leave it there. Right now, there's a building inside Victoria Keys close to the mountain, half empty. Half empty. And people want housing. People want housing. Listen, man, Mr. Bakker, it's sad. But they, as I said, they had a bone and they let it go. And they unemployed. 40 plus workers unemployed. What government could say, we love you, and do that? 40,000? If you wanted to send home the contractors, why should I pay for my boss thieving money from the company I working with? Why should I pay? If you want to get rid of the contractors, get rid of them. But why the workers must suffer? 40 plus people? Man, listen, man, Dr. Rowley could have never tried that. They would have to call the U.S. ships to come and save we in this country if Dr. Rowley had done that. Have a blessed morning.
Yeah, thank you very much. You have a blessed morning as well. Yeah. So you're claiming it's 40,000 people first of all, but then you're dismissing the fact that somebody else is saying that there are 20,000 jobs available now, and not those jobs that existed before, which Farah's children will never cut no bush. Were you talking, his children would cut bush, but sustainable, better jobs. You're saying that it don't have those jobs, right? They do exist, but you're inflating a figure that other people say.
Morning, Mr. Bakker.
Morning.
Yeah, bless up, yeah, but they wouldn't talk about petrol train and the crane and all them thing, boy. Boy, God bless we, them I want nothing, boy. Them I for no country, boy. Them for the sell, boy. Bless up, Mr. Bakker. Bless up, Good night. Bless up.
Blessings, brother. Blessings. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Mr. Good morning. I'm no time. Yeah. That's in good conversation with you and Ian and Martin, Miss Sharon, and Tyra. Good conversation. But what I want to ask, yes, I am hearing that Gonzalez family was here. I'm living here and there's a citizen in Trinidad and Tobago. There's citizens from here. I'm asking, do his family to get a favor because of his status? That's what I want to know about that. Did they pass all the red tape because many people have money also waiting for agency houses. Agency houses is not easy to get. It could be a normal planning, a 3-bedroom, not easy to get. So much of form and so much of things they have to go through. If it was easy for his family to acquire a house because because of his status and his close friendship with the PNM, and his family is PNM because on that morning we should be seen in PNM and in Rowley we also see it in PNM. I would like to know who is this family, if they really born Trinidad and Tobago, or they come as citizen, they leave St. Vincent and come here because so the trip he was making for business to do business with St. Vincent and Trinidad. He got a wife here when he was coming and going. I do not know. So why he was doing business, he was doing another business this year because he born St. Vincent. I don't know he born because he have a color, but he's Prime Minister St. Vincent. I believe that your wife by the St. Vincent. I didn't know that.
We are limited time, so you gotta wrap with me, right? Listen. Here my problem, You see, no, you're not to come off. Here my problem. You see, these people who pretending to care about African people, them they strip me off, They strip me off, because this PNM entity that exists for how long impoverish African people, put you in a position where you had to depend on just right before election, you are like that. Come sign up, vote for we. Look, you're gonna get 2 months, 3 months.
But I say we happy that Foster.
But
get millions on the PNM.
Listen to me, while all the time these fellas taking millions of dollars, and then right before the election they inflate URP by how much 1,000 people, 200 people to clean 1 building that 10 was cleaning for the 4 years before, right? And just for you, based on that, to go and vote for them to go back and thief for 4 years and then give you 2 months of URP, and then saying that, oh, you lost what bone? What bone? Your damn right is a bone. And it's not even a drumstick bone, It's not even a drumstick bone out of the chicken,
Because
it's some little small
black man and Indian. They're based on the race. It ain't based on country like you, my brother. It's based on politics.
Boy, do not come and pretend like all they care about poor African people. Or they disenfranchise them, or they leave them on the lowest ebb, or they take advantage of them and have not empowered them at all. And all the evidence is there, Kingsley, that they themselves were enriching themselves all the time.
You don't know when people personal business, but telling them life. That's why they. But. Here, Miss Sherry said she's a PNM. But I just come here and try to act like he's not a PNM. He said it's but he for country. Not for country, boy. Country don't move so, boy. Country don't. Country, let's say UNC wrong, PNM right. Don't matter is a PNM or UNC. If you for country, anybody on the political side, me and all, anybody for country, when they see a party do wrong, you come out, brave to the public and say, hey, I don't like that, what the minister do. I don't like that, what the prime minister do. That's how I just do it. I for country, but I the party politics in me. I just come out and say, hey, the UNC move bad. I just come out and say, hey, this minister move bad. That is country. But when you see that a minister move bad in any political party, they're not for country. The PNM, UNC supporters, they're not for country. PNM, UNC supporters, they're not for country. I said so that I take no apology for saying that they're on party politics and only race talk, race, Indian and African. That's why this country ain't going nowhere, because some of them want to go back India, some of them want to go back Africa. I don't want to go nowhere. Yeah. I want to stay Trinidad and Tobago.
We out of time. We'll continue tomorrow. Sorry about that, much, yeah. Brother. All right, blessings to everybody. Sorry, we out of time, right? So we'll continue, God willing, tomorrow. Have a blessed day.
Financial support through the First Citizens Bank would be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or 610-4673.
You want to find something great to do with